Hi folks, myself Raj. Welcome to our channel Code Shack. Thanks to everyone for watching our podcast show. And today is episode number 31. And our discussion topic is really surprising. Why does everyone talk about central bank's rate cut? Why? Let's start our discussion. On the central bank's decision to lower the overnight rate, maybe looked widely as myths about the central banks that they set interest rate, but the truth is they do not. Are they the market leaders? Basically, they are followers. Does they send signals to investors and businesses? They do not, but they are murky, and that they are the stock market whisperers. But also, that's not true. Then why does the market and the media highlight so much on the central bank's rate cut? We use data to analyze Fed fund rates, interest rate, and stock prices to understand why media is so much reacting to the central bank's rate cut. But what we come up with is that the Fed's power comes from the perception that it has power rather than its capacity to move the market. Myths about the central bank. Most of us think central bank as rate setter. As we go through social media, news channels, grocery stores, restaurants, etc., etc., everywhere discussion topic is rate cut. And I was told that the central bank had just cut interest rates, implying that consumers would soon see lower rates on their mortgages and businesses on their business loan. I was totally surprised. What a big delusion. And most important, this delusion is not restricted to news channels only. It seems widely held among politicians, then economists, and even market watchers. But the truth is that the central bank sets only the interest rate, that's the repo rate or the overnight rate, and that none of the rates that we face in our daily lives, either as consumer on mortgages, credit cards, or fixed deposit, or as businesses on business loans, or as bond owners, face interest rates that are set by or even indexed to the repo rate or the overnight rate. There is no link or connection of these products with the overnight rate. We think that the Fed or the central bank sets rate, but we need to understand that the Fed fund rate and overnight intra-bank rate is only that most of us will never ever encounter in our daily life. Please try to understand overnight rate will never be part of our life. The Federal Open Market Committee, that is FOMC, has the power to change this rate, which it uses at intervals in response to economic, market, and political development. But it has no connection with our daily life related products like mortgage rates, credit card rates, business loan rates, bonds rate, etc. So let's dig deep inside. Even if we accept that the central bank does not set the interest rate, that we face as consumers or businesses. We must still believe that the central bank influences these rates with these changes, and the Fed rate changes convey information to the market that may lead them to reprice bonds and stocks. So the central banks collects data from its 12 regional districts about the economy, and its overnight rate change signals whether the economy is in good or bad shape. So there are two major macroeconomic dimensions on which the Fed collects data, with the first being real economic growth, how robust it is, and whether there are changes happening, and inflation, how high it is, and whether it is too is changing or not. So now it's our decision how we take this rate cut. The rate cut we can take is as central bank own its fight against inflation, or we can see it as worrying sign as the economy is slowing down. that can push us into recession, or the rate cut is related to political reasons. Also, Wall Street is just making full of everyone with their greatest dialogue. Don't fight the Fed. Why? Could any Wall Street pundits explain? There are some arguments on this, especially during any crisis where timely actions by the Fed may alter mood and momentum, but overall, nothing much impact. The truth is, the Fed is more like a follower than a leader. Its decision can bring changes, but cannot drive the market. It's just the Wall Street hype. So we believe that now is the time for us to let go the Fed delusion. It mainly distracted us from talking about things that are truly matter to us, which include growing government debt, inflation, economic growth, and how globalization may be feeding into risk. Also, the news channel, social media, Wall Street allowed us to believe that central banks have the power to rescue us from whatever mistakes we may be making. But that can be dangerous for us. So that's everything for today. We want all our viewers to have a successful financial life. Hopefully, you guys like our today's podcast. Please keep watching our podcast and please keep sharing with your friends and family. We will try to bring in more financial topics that will bring or that will help you save money from borrowing and also keep you one step ahead from your lenders. Yeah, have a wonderful rest of your week. See you again in our next episode. Thank you.